Oh, how are we, lads? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Nick from Australia, and welcome to the State of Origin Game 2 preview and predictions. We are 48 hours away from Origin 2 over there in Perth. Optus Stadium is the venue. Queensland have never won at Optus Stadium. Can they turn it around on Wednesday night? I want to say hello to everybody in the live chat. As always, we acknowledge the live chat here. Hello to Jason Reeder, one of the moderators. Hello to Ethan. Hello to Josh. Hello to Luke, Melbourne Storm fan. Hello to everyone that's tuning in. Lockie. Hello to Will. Hello to everyone that is watching. Hope you guys are all doing fantastic. Looking forward to Origin 2. Should be a good one, man. New South Wales up against Queensland over there in Perth. Queensland are the home team once again, like they were in Game 1. So it's going to be interesting to see how the game unfolds. Hello to everyone else in the live chat. Hello to Liam. Hello to Daniel. Hello to Gideon and everyone else that is here. Let me know, guys, if there's any, internet problems. My Wi-Fi thing says that it's a bit slow, so hopefully it holds out for the stream. But let's get into the game, shall we? So, having a look at the betting odds, guys, New South Wales are the favourites at $1.45. Queensland are outsiders here, the underdogs. They are at $2.75. Interesting odds there. I think New South Wales are deserved favourites. Queensland, not expected to win, but if they win, the best part will be is we'll get a Game 3 decider at Accor Stadium, which would probably be a sellout. So would be nice if we were to get 1-1, but as a proud New South Welshman, I would love to see a 3-0 clean sweep. That would be great. All right, let's just get into the team list. So we'll start with Queensland. Fullback, Kalen Ponga. On the wings, Xavier Coates and Hamiso Tabuai Fido. Robert Toya and Val Holmes are in the centres. The halves is the captain, Cameron Munster at 5'8". Halfback is Tom Dearden. The fullback is Mo Fodawaker. Tino Fasur Malawi. The hooker is Harry Grant. The back row is Ruben Cotter and Kurt Capewell. Lock forward is Trent Liero. And the bench, Kurt Mann, Lindsay Collins, Jeremiah Nanai, Patrick Carrigan. Very, very interesting. And for the Blues, fullback Dylan Edwards. On the wings, Brian To'o, Zach Lomax. Centers are Stephen Crichton and Latrell Mitchell. The halves are Jerome Luai and Nathan Cleary. The full-pack is Max King and Payne Haas up in the front row there. Hooker is Reece Robson. The back row of Liam Martin and Angus Crichton. The lock forward is Isaiah Yeo. And the bench, Connor Watson, Spencer Linu, Hudson Young, and Stefano Utsukumanu. So, strong team for New South Wales. And you know what? Queensland's team, it isn't that bad. I know there's a few weird selections like Carrigan on the bench, Nanai on the bench. Starting Liero over Carrigan is one that I can't really get my head around. Capewell over Nanai is ridiculous. Nanai was Queensland's best player in Game 1. I would have had Cotter either start in the middle or come off the bench. I don't know why he's in the back row. Maybe it's for defense. We saw in Game 1, Cotter defended really well in the back row, but in attack, it was non-existent. So it's got to be a defensive tactic. I think that's why Cotter is in the back row. It's definitely a weird one. Now, obviously, last time these sides played was back in Game 1, and New South Wales were victorious there. 18 points to 6, and New South Wales were they were they won 18-6, but they were way better than what the scoreline said. So if they're on, they're going to be hard to beat. Now, for Queensland to win, guys, they're going to have to play a different brand of football. They're going to have to really figure out if this combination is going to work. They dropped Daly Cherry Evans, who was the captain and the halfback of Queensland. Now that's a big call to drop Cherry Evans. But they're looking to the future with Tom Dearden. Now, my concern is not the performance of Tom Dearden. My concern is the combination with Munster and Dearden. Dearden's only played 3 games at halfback this season for the Cowboys. So I don't know how that's going to go between Munster and Dearden. Who's going to do most of the kicking? We saw game 1. Munster did pretty much majority of the kicking over Cherry Evans, which was very strange. But Munster and Dearden, I don't know how they work together. I don't know how the combination works. I guess we're going to wait and see. So that's definitely a questionable thing there for Queensland. I guess the other interesting development is Val Holmes is going to play in the centres and the Hammer on the wing. In game 1, it was Hammer centre, Val wing. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. It's been a long day. I'm very tired. We saw in game 1, Valentine Holmes, he played wing, and he didn't have a great game. And neither did the Hammer. The Hammer was very quiet in game 1, and that was probably the quietest game the Hammer's ever played in Origin because he's always been a handful, even in the wins and losses that Queensland have had over the years. But Val back in the centres, probably the right move. I think Val and Hammer should be the centres. I'm still not convinced with Robert Toyer. Now, don't get me wrong. The kid's he's a good kid. I'm just not convinced with Robert Toyer. I think in a do-or-die game like this, you need to look to your experienced players. I would have went with someone like a Dane Gagai who can do the job. Maybe even go Val and Hammer in the centres and put Murray Talangi on the wing. Like, that could have been an option for Queensland. But they're sticking solid with Robert Toyer. They've just swapped Val and Hammer, which is quite interesting. So I guess we'll have to wait and see how that unfolds on Wednesday night. Now, like I said before, they're starting Carrigan on the bench with Nanai. With all due respect, and we know Kurt Capewell can do a job. We've seen it in the past, but how can you put Nanai and Carrigan both on the bench? Carrigan's one of the best locks in the game, if not, he's top 3. And Nanai, he should be starting in the back row all day. It's a pretty big call, man, to drop Nanai to the bench and start Kurt Capewell and Ruben Cotter in the back row. Now, like I said before, Cotter's defending in the back row because of defensive purposes. He's just there to make tackles, but you need points. Queensland need points. They need attack. Is Ruben Cotter going to score your points in the back row? I don't know. I have a lot of question marks about that decision. And I guess the other one, looking at the bench, I think Lindsay Collins should start and Mo Fotuaika should be on the bench. But, hey, that's just my opinion. And I guess the other one that everyone's talking about is Kalen Ponga at fullback. Look, I know his form hasn't been great, but he's playing with a really bad Knights team. They've had a couple of wins here and there the last few weeks, but they're a really ordinary side. So it's a big call to keep Kalen at fullback. We saw what Reece Walsh did the other week against the Titans in his first game back. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, Ponga at fullback, the pressure will definitely be on. Scott, sorry guys. It's just been a long day, man. Pretty knackered. All right. New South Wales. Not really many big changes. There's obviously 2, but we'll get to them. So Backline stays the same, which is fantastic. Jerome Luai in at 5'8" now. So Mitchell Moses obviously was meant to be the 6, and he was named to be the 6. But then obviously an injury to Moses has brought him out for 6 weeks, I think, 4 or 5 weeks, whatever it is. So Jerome Luai has come in, and he's going to be the 5'8". Now, New South Wales had to get an exemption from the NRL to get Jerome Luai in the squad. So a lot of Queensland supporters are not happy about Jerome Luai being allowed to play, even though he was not originally named in the squad. Matt Burton was the 18th man. So a lot of Queensland supporters on social media have been blowing up about it. Why is Luai allowed to play? He wasn't in the squad. It's not fair. A lot of Queenslanders were very upset about it. And obviously, Matt Burton stays at 18th man. A lot of people are blowing up about that. Why doesn't Burton just come straight in? Look, here's the thing, right? I believe if you can get Jerome Luai in the squad, if you can get him in the team, if that gets all approved, like they did get approved, you'd bloody do it. Jerome Luai, Nathan Cleary, they know each other inside out. They just won 4 grand finals together. And they've been playing with each other since they were in school, man. Like, they know each other so well. So yeah, obviously that combination is going to be very strong. The other changes were forced changes. So obviously, Mitch Barnett, ACL, gone. That's a shame. And Stefano on the bench with Max King starting in the front row. I think Max King's better off the bench. I would have Stefano starting personally, but hey, what can you do? And obviously, Keon was meant to be jersey 19, but he's been injured over the weekend at South. So Lindsay Smith will go to jersey 19 now, and that means Jacob Preston will be jersey 20 in case there's more injuries. Hopefully not. But you know what? On paper, New South Wales look better, but you can never underestimate Queensland. Like, you can't underestimate them. I think Queensland will start a lot better than what they did in Game 1. Game 1, they didn't start really well. I think in Game 2, they need to start the game well. If they start too slow, the scoreline could get away from them quickly. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all unfolds. But no doubt New South Wales look better on paper, and no doubt the betting odds suggest, New South Wales should win. But Game 2, it's at a neutral venue in Queensland, in Perth. It's definitely going to be a very interesting game. But yeah, anyway, on to my predictions now, guys. On to my predictions. So, New South Wales by how much? What's my margin going to be? Well, you know what? Obviously, I'm a proud New South Welshman, born in the Northern Rivers of New South Wales. I do go for the Cowboys in the NRL, but that's a different story for another day. New South Wales through and through. For me, I just think New South Wales have got too many points. I just think there's too much class. I think New South Wales have just got too much for Queensland at the moment. I think we've got better players in the better positions. So for me, New South Wales will win. I'm telling you, and they will win well. I'm going to go New South Wales by 18. I think they'll just be a little bit too good for Queensland. I think New South Wales can score some points. I do worry about Queensland, the lack of, I guess, a new combination in the halves. A couple of very strange team selections, like Nanai and Carrigan on the bench is a very strange one. They dropped Cherry Evans to look to the future. Well, it's going to be a big ask for Tom Dearden to try and lead this team to victory. In my opinion, Billy Slater has actually thrown Tom Dearden under a bus here. I think he's thrown him under a bus. I think it's ridiculous, to be honest. But yeah, look, New South Wales for me, I think they'll win, and I think they'll win well. I'll go New South Wales by 18. If I had to give you a score prediction, I'll go 30-12, 18-point win. I just think we've got too many points. New South Wales have got at least 4 or 5 tries in them. Queensland, I'd probably see 2 tries from Queensland. You know, they've really struggled to score points in the last couple of games. And I think Dearden coming in, I think there's points in Queensland, but I don't think there's a lot of points in Queensland. I think if Queensland are going to win this game, it's going to have to be a low-scoring game, like a 14-12, a 16-14, a 12-8. I think it has to be one of those sort of games if Queensland are going to win. But yeah, for me, New South Wales by 18, 30-12. I just think they'll be far too strong. Now, first try scorer, guys. Always hard to predict first try scorers, but one thing I've learnt in Origin football is centres love scoring first tries in Origin. I've seen it, that the stats back it up. I think the left centre has scored like 8 of the last 10 Origins or something, whatever the stat is. It's a very good stat. I'm going to go Latrell Mitchell to score the first try, going up against Robert Toyer. Again, nothing against the kid. I just think Latrell Mitchell's going to have a big game and he might have a big start to the game. So first try scorer, I'm going to go with Latrell Mitchell. Anytime try scorer, I'm going to go with a Queensland player here. And I like Jeremiah Nanai, guys. I really do. He was probably the most dangerous player for Queensland in game 1. And I think coming off the bench could be good, could be bad. I think he'll come on and he'll definitely get involved in the game. So I'll go Nanai to score any time for Queensland. And man of the match, I backed him in game 1 and he was a little bit unlucky not to get it, in my opinion. I think he should have got it in game 1. I'm going to go with it again. I'm going to go Isaiah Yeo for man of the match. I think Yoey was really hard done by in game 1 by not winning man of the match. So I'm going to go Yoey to get the player of the game here on Wednesday night for Origin 2. So New South Wales by 18. First try scorer, Latrell Mitchell. Anytime try scorer, Jeremiah Nanai. And man of the match, Isaiah Yeo. All right, guys. Well, that's my preview and predictions, my tips for State of Origin 2 on Wednesday night. I want to thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the round 16 tips. Anyway, take care, everybody. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Go the Blues.